So I can just jump to the programming part, right? Because in my conference at Computer Science Teachers, they said I should do more live coding with you guys. I'm just gonna be honest, the course is gonna get harder next, school year coming up. Doing more live coding with y'all. Live coding is where I code with you majority of the time. What do y'all think about that part? Oh, your eyes got big, so you didn't fix it, Mr. Magic Man. Uh-oh, he didn't broke it. Anyway. So why don't you? Is it the motor not moving or something?
This little fan right here, you can spin it and they can spin it.
I wonder what happened to it. That sounds horrible. It's just like parappa right now. All right, so we'll figure it out, Jerry. You might want to call tech support and see if there's anything they can do for us. Let's move on. Kanaja had an awesome answer. Kanari, did you find your answers? You got one for number 2?
I mean, I did both.
Okay. You make sure you put your answers in your document. We're going to move on, right? Okay, so let's move on to what we're going to do for today, right? By the way, did everybody make their Scratch accounts? Because this just makes your life harder if you didn't do that. Did you confirm the email too? Because that's how you can start sharing. Ooh, okay, you got a confused look. So get in the Scratch right now and we'll see what you didn't do. 90% of what you do on MIT Scratch, because you're Scratchers now, right, is going to be saved into your My Stuff folder, right by your little picture if you set up a picture, it's your profile, right? You click on that, it's like your own little backpack of programs you've done since you've been dealing with me or any Scratch class, MIT Scratch. So yes, that means for the rest of your life you could be creating or scratching, and you can show your portfolio to other people like, hey, I'm able to create these things in pretty much a compiler format, right? So who would like to read this for 15 points? If not, I'll read it. It's a lot of verbiage up there. That's why it's a little bit more. You got it, Kanaja? Go ahead. Yeah, instructor or teacher, you got it. Right, 15 more points, Ms. Archie. Now, look, what I'm really stressing here is what people keep forgetting. It's like, I know it's 5 points. You'd be like, yeah, whatever, Ms. Tyler. But put your name in your program. It's not hard. At the end of your program, you just use a certain block. I don't want to say what it is. I think you should know by now. To just say, hey, this was created by. Trying to get you all in the habit of owning your work, right? And there she is, Miss McMore. I just like, where did she go? Welcome to class. She goes right in the bathroom. Okay, so let's move on to, and that's the link, by the way, to get to today's assignment. So everybody click on that. But more importantly, before you click on it, sign into Scratch, right? It's going to be important, as you'll see in the future, all right? Because I'm about to show you a technique to get your work done. The way I learned in engineering school is you show people the hard stuff first, and then the shortcuts or techniques close to the end. And you're about to see that if you have done what I asked you to do since last week. Create your Scratch account. And then don't forget, you got to go back and confirm it, because that allows you to be able to publish your links and share them with me. Or you're going to be taking screenshots of all your coding, which is very daunting. Yes, Kanari? Okay, I might have an answer. Well, the thing is, Thursday I was going to, you're trying to take my thunder. I was going to like opt out on Thursday if we could show at least 2 to 3 projects that function on the screen up here. So that'll get you out of the final exam. Now, I'm cool with just giving the final exam, a very tough program you got to create. Or you can demonstrate at least Monday's creation and Tuesday's creation. Wednesday is going to be a different assignment. But out of those 3 days, before Thursday, you need to present at least 2. All right, so that's the deal on the table, but I was going to talk about that at the end. All right, great question, Kanari. Now, last slide, and I keep stressing this, do this at the end of class. And when I say, hey, you got this much time left, stop what you're doing, go back and do it. Who wants to read this screen for 10 points, though? Go ahead. You almost had it. I heard you say cognitive dissonance. That's dissonance, all right? Or some people say it's dissonance. Look it up. Remember these two terms. Yeah, it's gonna make you think for a second. Look it up. I need a sentence, right? A sentence is not the definition. Some people are trying to finesse that way too. Please stop putting the definition as a sentence. That's just gonna piss me off. Stop doing that. All right. Some people are trying it. Cut it out. Look up. You can use Google for God's sakes to look up a sentence, an example sentence. You don't have to rack your brain. Or Mr. Tyler Holland say it. Google is really your friend. I'm trying to force y'all to use the technology the correct way. Besides looking up which celebrities doing what and who's slapping who and who's marrying who. Look up some science so it can really arm you for the workforce, okay? All right, so, see, you up here joking and stuff. All right, let me come out of this. Again, this is available in my slides. Everybody should have access to it in SB, so you can come back to this if you feel so inclined to knock it out now. But I suggest and recommend you go to this link, right, which is what it looks like when you click on my link. For those of you who are in the slide deck, you can hold the control button and actually click on the link and it'll execute the link. So let's take a look at what we're going to do, because we're going to do something a little different. We're going to try to include imagery from my program and incorporate into yours. Now this is super simple. Watch your feet, sweetie. You okay? You like you twisted your ankle a little bit.
No,
all right.
I didn't.
Okay. Okay. I just don't want no parent getting on my case. You know, I just don't feel that way. Calling me talking about you did. No, I didn't.
No,
All right, that's the best I can do, baby. So they put some outlets in the ground, because each of these tables need power. That's why the wiring is jacked up like that. And the tables keep your laptops charged up, so I can't do it. Otherwise, I come to class. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. So I got to do that.
Why don't you build the table to the next table?
Because that would be really worse than what I'm doing here. Because the cord would be so short, and then y'all be hitting at the midsection. Really messed up, man. So I'd rather y'all trip over it than you got to jump over a wire, right? Anyway, great questions. Let's look at this sample, because we don't have a lot of time, and I want to leave a lot of time, because I'm going to do a lot of that coding with you. As I found at the conference, live coding helps y'all, because some of y'all just get brain farts. So I really encourage y'all to do what I do, right? Every move. If you're advanced, fine, or if you're not, pay attention. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to open this up, because we're doing something really, really unique. We're going to take actual sprites from my program and show you how to embed them into yours. The goal is for you to recode it, recolor it, and make it your own, all right? So let's look at this. We're going to open up this program, and we're going to hit, of course, the flag. Of course, this is the yellow button block that you would normally click on to start the whole animation. So I hit the flag, and the story ensues, right?
We are Jackie celebration.
All right? And then what's next? You click on them. They tell you, and if you don't know what to do with your programs, just look at the coding. It shows what buttons will be pressed, what they will do. All I did is click on the blue one, right? And it says there, and you notice I want you all to have it like that. Yeah, I want you to all have it where your program actually says or speaks the blocks, not just enough to display it. So display and say, all right? And it says press down, right? I hit the space bar to start the activity. Press the down arrow to have them cheer. You see they say woo, right? And it's about who gets there first, all right? So keep on going. See if I'm still hitting the space bar and the down button to make them cheer, even though they're losing, all right? And that's in just what the program's going to do. This is your game, right? Now, what happened? What's wrong? Okay. Now let me come out of here, and all you gotta do is click see inside, right? We're gonna partition our screens. So you have an example screen, my code, and then you have a canvas screen or workspace that you can work on. And you just follow my examples, okay? By the way, I'm still looking for people to still turn in their quizzes, because grades are almost done. That's a big chunk of your score. If you just hung out on Friday, and I feel sorry for you, my friends. All right, so here's a lot of code, and I'm gonna zoom out. But when you're paying attention, I don't know if I explained this to you, you can hit the zoom out right here, this little magnifying glass with a minus sign. All right, and then if you click any of the white space, it's like moving a big old canvas around the room, and it just grabs everything. If you grab a particular piece of code, you can move it to the side, or whatever the case may be. Today, Scratch is running a little slow. There we go. And you gotta be patient with it, ladies and gentlemen, because there's a lot of people on the server. All right, so let's zoom in a little bit, and these are some codes you may not be used to utilizing. And that's because we're not just saying something. You see the green block here? You're also having the computer speak it. Meaning you can choose whatever voice you want it to say in, whether it's male or female or Spanish, French. This is for people who want to translate their programs. Or basically the octave level, all right? So you notice for everything that's actually said by block, this is like the bubbles that pop up, there's a speak block. Now, if you don't know where the speak block is, you come down here to, now does everybody have text-to-speech option open? If not, you gotta click on extensions. Can you see if you got that, Gerald, like the text-to-speech block? It looks like this in the corner. Before I go any further, you need that activated. Is it in the corner form? Text to speech. No. So it looks right down here. It's a category called text to speech.
Oh, I see that.
It's down there?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure you have what you need. And a little bit, because Gerald, I'm giving you hours for this because you're helping him a lot, and this usually has trouble. So you literally need to start right here, right? We got how many sprites? Let's count them off. We got the blue dragon boat, red dragon boat, flags, that's up here, and fish. And the fish can pop out too if it's programmed right. So we need 4 sprites. Here's what we're going to do. Before you begin coding, we're going to take stuff from my project and put it into yours. Like, I don't think they have the boats. These were created. All right, so I'm going to click on a new one. And by now, everybody should be signed into the MIT Scratch, right? So I hope so, because you can easily share your project once you're done. All right, so I'm going to type MIT Scratch. Okay, and go here, and click on this. And let's take a look inside of, when you do this, you hit create, because you start with a whole new canvas. Let's get it going. Bam. All right, now, how do I get this image to show in my new one? How do I take Mr. Tyler's images and incorporate it for myself? Real simple if you pay attention to what I'm about to do. All right, so first off, let's get rid of this kitten. That's a no-no. That's a default. Throw him in the trash. All right, everybody threw the cat in the trash, I hope. And this recording I will try to post on Edsby, in Messenger, and in the classroom so you all can review it for later. So what do I do here? Well, I want to take this blue dragon boat and I want to make sure it comes to this workspace over here. To do so, you need to click on the blue dragon and go to costumes, okay? Now you're in your sprite, you click on him, you hit costumes, and you'll notice he has all of these different costumes, right? These are the different animations or transitions. So if I want this one, I can literally just click on export, which is one way to do it, or I can, what is it at? Come on, let's expand this so you can see what I'm doing over here. All right, so if we're over here, right click on this. Didn't do it that time. It almost did it. Okay, here we go. Right click over here, not in the sprite area, and it says save image. Everybody got this? You're gonna save the image. You know what a right click is, right? There's a difference between left click and a right click. You want to show them there, Gerald? All right. Right click, left click. You know, so left is my left, right? My left arm. Right click, my right arm. All right. This is what it is. All right. So when you right click, you get a short, sensitive menu, and that allows you to. Let me do it again. I right clicked on the image, and then hit Save Image As. Once I do that, and I gotta save all those costumes. I'm gonna put them all into my sprite. So I'm gonna call this Boat 1, just to name it something I can find again easily in my downloads. All right, so now, did he like right click and save the image and name it? Because you gotta use it. So now that I've saved the image I want, you can do this with images all over the internet, right? You can turn your images in the net if you download the PNG file or JPEG file accordingly. So I'm gonna click on the sprite and it says, hey, choose a sprite, okay? So I wanna upload the sprite though, because it's something totally new, right? So click on upload sprite and guess what? You come over here to boats. That's what I downloaded, and I'm gonna hit open. And look, lo and behold, there it is. In fact, if I click on it now, it's an available sprite I can do. Now you can edit it, clean it up all you want, that's fine. But just keep in mind, you need all those costumes. And here's some of the costumes. Hey, Joe. You got, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 costumes, okay? Joe, you didn't turn in no links. You just turned in exit slips. So you got like an effective F, okay? All right. So I need y'all to turn in your work. You have to code. Exit slip is it's like 20% of the grade. You're not going to get by with that. It's like putting no gas in your tank. You're not going to go far. So everybody got how to download these images, right? Because what you're going to do is you're going to take my images and then you're going to redo them, all right? So try not to just pick any sprite. Take the ones I got, because I'm trying to get y'all ready for taking imagery and putting them onto websites.
So I can't get them out of the so I can do it at home.
What, you say what?
So I can't do it out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Life is like that. You can't do what you want today. No.
No, I'm supposed to say I can't get right out of just the
I just said you got to use my sprites, man. Okay. I don't know what the circular talking about. You got to use the sprites I got. It's called recreating it. If you're working for a software company and they say, hey, I need you to recreate this project because we're going to tweak it. Don't change the existing code. We're going to make a version of it. You have to be able to do that. You're going to give them something that they didn't even ask for. You can't be paid for that. So you got to redo it. All right, so everybody has a handle on how to copy the image from mine and recreate it, right? All right, so let's start with just this one. You need at least, just so you can make things easier on y'all, you need at least 2 costumes from each. So you'll have at least 2 costumes where they either doing something where they're waving or they're rowing. So it makes some type of animation, right? So take 2 from each sprite. Now let's go back to code. And let's zoom in here. So we have our first sprite like clicked, and now we got to start coding. So I hope everybody got their sprites in there. I'm gonna hit code, and what do I got? Now that I got the sprite selected, I'm gonna hit the events and go when clicked, because that's the first one, right? Boom. What's the next block? We got blue here. And make sure you put the same values in because that's where they will start the sprites at. Right? It's like a reference value. So next one is blue, and it says, hey, go to X, that's your X-axis, Y. Click that and drag it. And what is it I got for the X value? Well, if you click in there, it's a negative 22. Hit tab, come over, and then that's 123. Okay? What do you mean, what I say? I'm talking about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Look at the screen. There's nothing to say, brother. I don't know what we're saying. You doing the same thing I'm doing. Talking about what we say.
Yeah, I'm just following you.
Yeah, but you asking me questions. How you follow me? You can see what I'm doing, right?
I just can't agree with you just didn't know.
The numbers are inside of the example. Show them, Gerald. You see these numbers over here, and you got your examples open on both screens?
Yeah.
Okay, so look. Right there it says, right there. What does it say? This first block I'm pointing at. No, I just need you to slow down and think about what you're doing. So you see over here, my example code, it says right here, the blue block, if you have it open. Right? I'm not going to say it because I want you to look and find it. Critical thinking, one-on-one. I'm right here too. I'm right here at this blue block. What does it say? Called following each instruction. You got them, Gerald, or no? Okay, so, means about to end, Zoom's about to end in a couple minutes. Let me hurry up. So we can't take all day because we got a lot of code to do. Okay. The next one is a purple block, right? And this one allows you to switch your costume. So we already got one boat in there, but if we add another boat, there'll be boat 2. You probably, if you click on this one, you'll notice it has all these different boats and colors, right? And you can choose how many costumes. That's what I say, if you have graphic costumes, grab 2 or 3 so you have some level of animation. Okay, so we got one in there, that's fine for now. You come over here and do this set. So you click on yellow again. And this is not when clicked, this is actually what we got, when this sprite is clicked. Okay, so not when flags click, put that there. And what else? We got the purple block for looks, we're gonna put something there. And then yes, you wanna type in the same thing, right? Because you're recreating the program. So let's grab this one because that is for 2 seconds block, right? Yeah. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. So now we can continue on. I'm right here at this green part. We're gonna come down here, and if you don't, like I said, if you don't have the text to block section, you click on extensions, right? And it has all sorts of other things we can do. You'll see this with our Raspberry Pi stuff where we're having things say out loud. Make sure you activate it by clicking on extensions. All right, so now I have what I need. This one just says speak, so I'm gonna grab speak. And I remember earlier telling you all you can change the voice level. Who's speaking, right? Is it a Frenchman? Is it a German? You can click on this and find out which one you want to say, okay? But let's keep it English because we're in America. And leave as hello, but make sure you fill this out. It says press the space bar. I can literally come over here and copy what I, just helping y'all out, what I said over here and paste it right here. Okay. Next is this purple one, and then we're gonna try it to see how it plays so far. So the purple one, I can literally, if I want to grab this, separate it, I don't have to look for that block. Just another tip for you all is right click, and you can hit duplicate. So boom, boom. Let's put them back in order. You're just following this diagram over here. And there. All right, so I'm gonna slow down right here because I want you to have a little time to code on your own because it's 9:33. So I don't know, 15 minutes or so coding. We're gonna slow everything down so you can go back in time and look at your exit slip. I again highly recommend you have your Scratch account activated because this share button allows me to share my work with people, my link when I'm done coding. So please activate that account as soon as you can. All right, it allows you to keep all of your work. So if you said, Mr. Tyler, I ran out of time and I got to go, you go back to your Scratch account and pull it up, and therefore I can give you a grade. Otherwise, I'm assuming you didn't do it. All right. So with that said, let's go here and see how it works now with these few blocks I put in there. There's a sprite. We didn't really give it a background. You have to do that too. And again, the background is the only thing you can make it what you want, and within good reason. There's nothing, crazy. So click on backdrop. Let's choose something for now just to get it going. And I don't know, let's choose, because it was on the water, right? So where's that lakefront? Here we go. It's almost like Chicago's lakefront. Let's click on that. There we go. We can edit the space around here if we want. I want you to play with that if you want to. And next thing you're going to do is try to see if it works. Okay, so let's expand it and hit play, and you see it positions it. And I'm waiting on, oh, when clicked, right? So we click on it. There it goes. Let's see if it says hello though.
Press the down arrow to have the roll appear.
Yep. So that is the speech block, as you can tell. All right. Now I want you to try to give it a go. I'm gonna minimize this. Remember, if you have this click, this is where your code is. You should have your screens partitioned like this. I'm gonna come around and see who's doing what, how far you are. Again, if you do not have a Scratch account activated, you're going to need to send me screenshots of every sprite you program, because there's no other way for me to check your code at home if you don't do that. If you do have a Scratch account, you can share the link, and I can just open it up and grade it. Okay. Let's set a clock for about, where's the stopwatch? I didn't set a stopwatch up. What am I thinking about? 1 second. So stopwatch. Okay, and then just coming around to see everybody's screens are partitioned and they are passed out. That's just a sleep number. Boom. Let's shoot for, so it's 9:35. 5 will make 40, 10 more make 50. So let's shoot for 15 minutes of coding. All right. And have at it. I'm going to post this video online so you guys can go back through the steps as soon as I'm done uploading from Facebook land.